Before existence existed, there in its place, a confused mass of shapeless formlessness called chaos. But yang becomes. It becomes consolidated. Boom boom! Bang bang! Boom boom! Shazam! Where the electroweak, the nuclear strong, magnetism and time are all one force. A unification of existence in a contradiction, we come into existence accelerating in divorce. Entering a homogeneous, isotropic, rapidly expanding phase, the seeds of structure formation are laid down to graze. It constitutes a vast overarching arch protracting the mass beneath. Thus came into being the first great primeval relativistic plasma particles. The exponential expansion of the energy field. We are a cooling relativistic black egg where the heavens are mixed together, one body orbited by its other, until the grand unification of symmetry of boom boom is broken and all is darkness, blinding darkness. Neither constellation nor stars appeared. Night and day were not distinguished. No male and no female. Beings being reckoned just as beings. Two widely different substances, the lighter portion of which, soaring on high, formed the sky of firmament, virtual quarks and hyperons. But sooner or later, the masses of particles and superparticles are no longer equal. Accelerating forces in separation as cosmic inflation must always hit an ending chapter. The universe is therefore filled with quark-gluon plasma. The grand unification is over. We are now an opaque, foggy mist. Light but not light, mind-made, feeding on delight, self-luminous, moving through the air, glorious, reproducing without conception, a cell reforming its own queendom, Mary giving birth without penetration. The Cosmo cools down over eons. Electrons are captured by ions, captured in a recombination, leaving existence naturally neutral. We have become transparent, light but not light. Only hydrogen radiation is emitted, neutrally spinning quite naturally. Hydrogen, the one, the first, colourless, odourless, non-metallic gas. We are the one of two ones, hydrogen, one photon, one electron orbiting. From this one we have all come, the cosmic background microwave radiation of hydrogen. Evolution revolves and revolves. The next forms are quasars 100 million years on down the road. We are in the dark ages of the evolutionary mode. The first star has yet to shine. The first star has yet to be mowed. We are in the no-light ages of the evolutionary code. The universe has become unto plasma, evolving a billion years of mass collapsing further and further, further and further, far, far, far under gravity. The hydrogen evolves, undergoes fusion and becomes helium. The first stars become composed in a pure matter combustion. Outspread inflated particles from the once grand unification. They have now one new addition to add with their emissions. Light! Composed anew from the elements of the first explosion, the first and the last from which all light is derived. A new evolution, Shazam, is our prize. Light! The first star is a mystery, a myth of reality. Light! Acting in its duality, both as a particle and as a wave. Light! Speeding, always constant, from now on. We cannot beat it! Too late, it's gone. Light! Forever going, becoming nominal, yet constant in its travel, pushing out further in a mystery and miss, as a final frontier adventurer, making our egg infinitely broader and taller. Ever later revolving, gravity collapses further and further, ever deeper into galaxies, groups, clusters and superclusters, all under attraction and detraction of the ever-circling, spinning gravitation. spinning, spinning, spinning out. We now focus on one smaller solar system, one of the far reaches of this galaxy, far from the mass of the central cataclysm. 8 billion years after the first egg was broken and the Bang had its own personal big explosion, there could at last become under formation what we know as solar systems, combined from the debris of much older hearts of stars going nova. The death of the previous to make way for the present. But the present, the now, it won't stay for long, but because it will be gone before too long. Made way from the next, made way from the nuclear waste, made from the trash of collapsing under their own weight. The gravitational weight, they just can't wait till too late, just the right time to create. And so our sun, it did appear red. Hydrogen fusion into helium was ignited 9 million years after the first explosion under an intense bombardment of meteorites and volcanism. The heaven united in marriage with Gaia, the earth maiden. Night and day distinguished, years appeared, and the great hunger, it could be stopped to be fed. It had cooled quite miserably. The ozone layer had yet to materialise, and the oxygen hadn't yet formalised. Life as we know it, far from considerably. Perpendicular to the axis of the nuclear sun, without atmosphere existing, silent orbit in space, small and indistinguishable, a blip on the event horizon, Gaia was slowly accumulating debris. Until the next evolutionary boom-boom! Fear collided at a low, oblique angle. Shazam! The grand collision. Theia, a small protoplanet, attracted by Gaia's gravitation, like two cells of a mass body smashing in sexual unification, combining into a larger crust and shell, creating a small orbiting moon that developed the ocean's swell. A new Earth was formed, tilted, larger in its evolutionary frame, tilted to an axis that made the seasons and the clouds, and thus came the first rain. And once again we see the eternal union, one body mass orbited by its companion. Theia sank to the new Earth's cool, the planet still ever cooled. The gases released, ammonia, methane, nitrogen, carbon dioxide, and the ever hydrogen. Watch out! Because now we're releasing the madness of Poseidon. Birthed from ice from a million different comets, Poseidon sets forth to conquer our planet. But in all forever wars, a victor will later be the loser. From the crust within, earthquakes broke the surface in a volcanic slaughter. The first island, like an atom, surrounded by vast overarching water, grew and grew into Pangaea, the landmass of all continents near and far like a heart, made from the very earthquakes that will then rip them apart. Poseidon lost his war, but a new battle, it always starts. And so that battle, the impact of photosynthesis, maybe this is what we should call Genesis. Oxygen emerges as the waste from this process. The oceans are turned green, and the ozone layer is first seen. The chain of life so began, its first call to arms was to replicate like a clone, a lord of duplication, simple cells like a womb of cosmic production. But just like creation, it copied with imperfection. Tangents were seeded, copies became different, imperfection after imperfection, replicating to infinite complication. RNA became function, and so sexual congress became needed. Multicellular life made way for those that breed it. Dancing the particular dance of existence, one orbiting motion fancying itself in circular sweeping motion. Replicating further, RNA evolves into DNA, dancing, swirling, an intoxication of matter decay. Waiting to be laid, and if the smell is right, the charade will be played. Breeding will be rife as a knife, as warriors will win the day. Swift and motion and killing. Here we go, it's evolution. Cellular goes globular, complexity and diversity. All still under the mighty, mighty sea. Cold and barren, space is water. We continue the slaughter. The revolution takes quarter, and the animals step out of the water. As the moon keeps us in check, and the ocean's in order, on the beach of Pangaea, life came up for a breather. Life.